Hello everybody, this is the Wiktrand. The day before yesterday came of course the nominations for the Academy Awards. This always gets me very excited and forces me to make these sort of slightly rushed videos where I try to predict who I think is going to win, what I think about the nominations and whether or not I will guess correctly and stuff like that. So let's not waste any time, shall we? This is the 2024 Academy Awards predictions. Visual effects. Sure, Napoleon had great visual effects, and the same thing can be said for, you know, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. But the movie I thought had the best visual effects on a relatively small budget, and the movie I hope is going to win is of course Godzilla -1. That movie is freaking excellent. Which movie do I think is going to win the whole thing? Well, that is The Creator, an arguably fantastic science fiction movie, but I do hope that Godzilla will win this one. It would be such fun. Film edit. Which one is going to win this one? Well, I think it is going to be Killers of the Flower Moons, but I do hope it is going to become Oppenheimer who claims a statue for this one. But there is also this slight little chance that we have this little, you know, a Joker in the mix. Poor Things. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, that I think also might have a chance for this one, but we shall see. This is one of these categories where I don't really know that much how they, you know, determine what is a good edited movie or whatever, but I think that they will probably choose Killers of the Flower Moons just because of, you know, how they integrated all the, you know, traditional dancing and singing with the other things and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be that one, but I really hope that Oppenheimer will claim this one. Best costume, an incredibly important category when it comes to, you know, bringing in a bygone era back to life and stuff like that. And few movies did that better last year than the movie Napoleon. There was a lot of things they could have done better, but you cannot argue with the fact that they had the best damn costumes. I hope that that one is going to win, but I don't think it's going to win. I think it's going to become Poor Things that will do that, because Hollywood do like to have, you know, these sort of weird, wacky stuff that they can say, oh, look how creative this thing is and stuff like that. I don't think Barbie or Oppenheimer stand a chance to win this one, because, I mean, Barbie had amazing and very creative stuff and Oppenheimer was very true to the period. But I think it's going to stand between these two. But we shall see, shall we not? Best makeup, a notoriously difficult category to predict. I think it is going to become Poor Things that pulls out this one, and I hope, however, that Oppenheimer will win, but it's not a very important category in my opinion, but I hope that I'm correct about this one. But I think Poor Things is going to pull in one other statue. I think it's going to become one of the, you know, big winners of the night, but we shall see. Best cinematography. In this category, basically, creativity stands against greatness, because I think that Poor Things is going to win this one, but I hope Oppenheimer is going to win this one. And everybody else is sort of, yeah, they could have been here, but those two are the only viable candidates to win this one, I think. But I think that they're going to choose Poor Things, but we shall see. Production design. Believe it or not, this is actually one of my favorite categories of the entire night. Mainly because that this is how a movie looks. This is the category that premieres the look of a movie. And I think that it's going to be Barbie that's going to win this, just because of the fact that they actually used up all the pink paint that was available in the entire world, apparently, or something like that. I don't know if that was true or not, but it was a factoid that was sort of cool enough to almost guarantee that that movie is going to win. But I hope for my money that Poor Things will win, because it just has such a fantastic, unique visual style to itself. I mean, the other ones, Napoleon and Killers of the Flower Moons and Oppenheimers, they look great, of course, but I think they're going for uniqueness in this case. And while Barbie was so fucking awesome when it comes to the visuals, I do think Poor Things is going to pull this one in. Sound. Well, this category is pretty cut and dry, isn't it? Because Maestro is obviously going to win this one, because it feels like the type of movie that Hollywood will say, just look how slick the sound design and the sound edit on this one was. This movie is fucking great, says Hollywood. But for my money, I hope that The Creator will win. I love the sound on that thing. I loved how that movie sounded, and I love the small little details that movie had. I really hope that's going to win, but this is sort of a, yeah, Mitra's going to win, isn't it? Best song. I don't know how many years ago it was when a song was nominated or actually won, which I actually thought was a good song. I think that they're going to pick a song for My People from Killers of the Flower Moons. And that is also the song that I hope is going to win, mainly because that is basically one of the very few songs that I've actually heard that I also sort of remember, sort of. So I think and I hope that that song is going to win, but we shall see. Best musical score. I think Killers of the Flower Moon is going to win this one, but personally I hope it's going to be Ludwig Göransson, fellow countryman, who did the score for Oppenheimer, that is going to win. This has not been the greatest year for musical score in movies. There isn't anything here that is sort of, you know, very memorable. We also have Poor Things, that is sort of the odd man out, the Joker in this thing, that can come in and say, hey, I did this thing that you didn't expect, give me the statue. And maybe they will, we shall see. Best international feature. Well, I think that there's only one movie that can potentially win this one, and that is not The Society of Snow. They have, you know, the slightest chance to win, but it's going to become The Zone of Interest. It has almost to become The Zone of Interest, because that movie is just such a, oh my god, such an experience. It's going to win. Otherwise, I would be very, very surprised. Best animated feature. Well, this should be a walk in the park for Hayao Miyazaki, because I hope and I want The Boy and the Heron to win. If it doesn't win, I would be very, very surprised, because if there's something that Hollywood kind of likes to do is, you know, to give a legend a sort of, you know, nice pat on the back on the way out. And this is apparently supposed to be the last Miyazaki movie. It's not the best Miyazaki movie by a long shot, but it is still something to behold. And I still think that this movie is going to win. If it doesn't, well, I would be dumbfounded. Adapted screenplay. Well, since Greta Gerwig was not nominated for Best Director, she's probably going to get the nod for having written Barbie, and I can sort of see that coming. But the thing is that I really hope that Nolan gets a Academy Award for Oppenheimer. My question is, why is Barbie on the adapted screenplay? I think this one should more belong in the original screenplay rather than the adapted screenplay, but I don't exactly know what the exact rules are of, you know, where you end up in original or adapted. I think it's going to stand between those two, and I think Barbie is going to win, unfortunately, but I'm really, really rooting for you, Christopher Nolan. Let's see what happens, shall we? Best original screenplay. Well, it isn't a very impressive list of nominees on this thing. I think that The Holdovers is probably my pick for which movie I want to win, but I think it's going to be The Maestro who is going to pick this one, mainly because it is Bradley Cooper has written it, and they, you know, really want to give Bradley Cooper a, you know, nod to say that, hey kid, you're doing great with this, you know, filmmaking and stuff like that, and you know that A Star Is Born movie, that sure was a great movie, and keep up the good work and all that good stuff. But I don't know if it's going to be that thing, but we shall see. This is a very unpredictable category to try to predict, so we'll see. Best Supporting Actress. I'm really rooting in this movie for Emily Blunt to win for Oppenheimer. She's one of my favorite actresses of all time, but it's going to become Danielle Brooks from The Color Purple who is going to win this one, but it's a difficult thing to predict also, but we'll see where this one goes, shall we? Best Supporting Actor. I think it's going to become Mark Ruffalo from Poor Things that wins this thing, but I hope, you know, that Robert Downey Jr. and his excellent performance in Oppenheimer will give Nolan another win for Oppenheimer, but maybe I'm just smoking the hopium here. Best Lead Actress. Well, this thing is basically a battle between two people. None of the other ones stand a chance in hell. It is either going to be Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moons, or it's going to be Emma Stone from Poor Things. I don't think Margot Robbie would have stand a chance in hell if she would have been nominated for Barbie. These are the two that is going to be important. Rest of you don't matter. So which one is going to win? Well, I hope it will be Lily Gladstone, but I think it's going to become Emma Stone. Either way, people are going to be pissed off whoever wins this one. Maybe they can share it, I don't know, but Best Lead Actor. I'm sorry, Paul Giamatti and Bradley Cooper and Jeffrey Wright and you other nominees, because this category belongs to one man and one man alone, and that is Cillian Murphy from Oppenheimer. I want him to win, and I think he's going to win. Otherwise, I would be very surprised. I don't know which one is going to top him if he doesn't win. Best Director. Well, this category has an unusually international flair to itself. Anatomy of a Fall and Zone of Interest are, nominated. And who is going to win, though? I think it is going to be Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, but I hope, of course, that it's going to become Christopher Nolan. If nothing else, give him at least this thing, so he has a statue, you wonderful filmmaker. Please, 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 Hollywood, give this man the accolade of this thing to the internet and I can shut up about it. But it's going to be Yorgos who's going to win, is it? Oh dear. And Best Picture. Well, this category can most easily be described as a three-way dance between three participants. It is Oppenheimer, it is Poor Things, and it is Killers of the Flower Moons. One of these three is going to win. I don't think that anybody else of the nominees has a chance, but which one do I think is going to win and which one do I want is going to win? Well, of course I want Oppenheimer to win, but I think it's going to become Poor Things. I think Poor Things is going to become the sort of surprise thing and I think it's going to be, one of these movies that really, takes a big sweep through the Oscars. But will they do it twice in 2 years? Because last year, Everything Everywhere All at Once was a very good movie, a chaotic, very, very strange, surreal movie. Are they going to do two strange, surreal movies back-to-back years? That is the only reason why I sort of kind of maybe think that Killers of the Flower Moons is going to win. If anybody else wins anything, I will be very surprised, but we're just gonna have to wait a few weeks to see, shall we? But those are just my thoughts regarding the 2024 Academy Awards. Who will win? We shall see in a few weeks. I'll see you next time for well, so-and-so reviewing well, such and such. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.